Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Audio might be a little low, so let's crank that up. Should be able to hear me a little bit better. Hopefully, I'm coming in loud and clear. Just let me know if I'm not. And yeah, so this is kind of where my audio levels are at. So welcome, everybody. Good to see you. Paul Trani here, going to dive into today's masterclass, Photoshop masterclass, complex collage art. Detailed art is what I'm thinking, using AI, Photoshop, of course, and just having some fun today because honestly, it's been a bit since I have sat down and got to just do some just fun designing. So that is the plan today. We're just going to have fun. Thank you, Sam. Confirmation. Hear me loud and clear. Fantastic. In fact, let's put a little music in the background. All right, cool. Well, let's get into this. Let's do this dance, shall we? We're going to do a couple things. And I'm actually going to start out right over here with Adobe Firefly. So here we are, Adobe Firefly. Just kind of like brainstorm some ideas. So that's the plan. So we're going to brainstorm ideas. I want to do like... this is kind of a concept that I've had in my head that I started a while ago, kind of abandoned. I might actually use that same piece, but basically like I kind of want to do like sort of a creation of the universe sort of thing. So think about a universe of all these elements. Think about everything in this nebulous blobby type stuff. And like this person is kind of coming out of these blobs, and there's like earth, there's like all these like, fish and animals, and just the creation of everything. It's gonna be nuts, but I just want to have sort of, the goal is to have a central figure, right? So this is what I want. Let's switch over to Photoshop. That's not what I want. I was kind of looking at some stuff, but basically I want to have like sort of the main person is like here, like this, like doing something, some like dramatic pose, and then all these swirly, weird colors kind of around, kind of like weaving in and out. And then out of those are going to be other interesting things as well. So like just different little animals. I could see some like angelfish. I want to have some angelfish in here, which would be fun. But the background's going to be space. That's why it's going to be fun to have like an angelfish and some other elements. So that's the idea. And there's the concept, and we're ready to go. So hello, Ryan and Clever and everyone. Good to have you here. And others joining me elsewhere. Afrosia, Douglas, I see you. Jan's like, your desk looks a lot like mine. Last minute breakfast and lots of half consumed beverages. Because that's what I have actually sitting right here. That is so funny. All right. So, yeah, let's dive into this and let me put myself into frame a little better. So these are the assets. I do have some assets already in here that might work, right? So I could kind of pull that out, right? Use that. But really what I want to sort of challenge Firefly with doing is like woman, dramatic pose. I actually kind of want to do ballerina, B-A-L-E-R-I-N-A. Ballerina, dramatic pose, jumping, maybe. We'll just do dramatic pose. Let's see what happens. Let's do dramatic jumping, colorful. Surrounded by colorful swirls. And let's see what happens. So that's the plan. Vinay from India, good to have you here. Columbia's in the house. Oh, and Cesar as well. Oh, so like this. This is what I want to make. And I did some of this a while ago. So the thing about a lot of AI tools is you don't really have the detail, that I want. Like this is cool, but these jumping dramatic poses is what I'm all about. So we'll download that. But like, this is so good. Like these just dramatic poses full of all this craziness. So we'll download a couple of those. And this is just kind of what I'm using for inspiration. I can also go to firefly.adobe.com and open up a different browser window and even take a look at some of these, because these are really cool. Like this, these vibrant colors, geometric shapes, you know, exploding. I don't know if exploding is going to flag me. On a neutral background. So I'm taking a prompt that's already out there, and I'm doing vibrant, exploding colors, blah, 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 neutral background. We'll see what we get. But so like I have my sort of concepting tab right here. We'll just start refreshing. Maybe we'll go to photo, refresh that. We'll click back, and we can see what we have here. The reason that it's giving me these geometric looks, I'm not crazy about it. I'm not crazy about that. These quotes don't do anything, by the way. If you have commas in between them, that's enough. I almost want to think people copied and pasted that from somewhere else. But let's click generate on that again. We'll click back over, and then here sort of we have more of a realistic look. Okay. So again, cool. We have sort of our concept, which is fun. I love these swirly things in the background. It's so nice. Oh yeah, so we do have multilingual support in Firefly now. Over 100 languages. So type in what you want. You have that capability, which is awesome. All right. But I like the lighting here. So that's very cool. Okay, let's switch back. And continue. So we have our image. Let's take a look in here like this. This probably got lodged in the back of my brain, but these explosions are super nice. So this is Big Bang Universe Explosion, Supernova Blast, made out of bath bombs. So that's huge. Made out of bath bombs, super detailed. By the way, I'm going to change the size to portrait because that's what I'm working on. Oh. It does not like that. Let's go back. I'm sure it's frowning on the name explosion, the word explosion or blast. So let's see if this will work. So we're flagging keywords that Big Bang Universe creation. Let's steal this. Bring it over here. Oh yeah, so here we go. Kind of like that. Let's go to photo. Vibrant and exploding powder colors. You get the idea. But the thing is I'm going to use Firefly and I'm going to use Photoshop to create the various elements. So right here, that explosion. Using this as a resource to create some assets. Using this for my concepting as well. Right? So we can start to refresh that some more. Creation of the universe. And let that run. So let's take that. Let's open up our desktop. Go into our downloads and take all these assets. And by the way, based on this concept and these, you know, creating some of the elements here, but then also using Adobe Stock. So I've actually just done a search for ballerina jumping to get some of these like nice images like this one, right? So this one's super cool. And let's kind of peruse some more because I want this sort of level of quality and this drama like this. Look at this. Look at that drama. Let's do it. All right, yes. Then the paint dried, the air cleared, and there you were, hanging out on the earth. Or however things are made. I don't know. I just want to create cool art that is inspirational and dramatic. I wish this one was in color, because I think that one would be great. So on Adobe Stock, I wanted it in color. I selected it, and it will give you made more from this model. And look, from that series, here's our color version. So something like this. It's already licensed. Let's re-download it. And wait for it, wait for it. And there it is. Taking these two, dropping them in Photoshop. There we are. How is everyone doing? I'm doing an image reveal all. There's my awesome ballerina. And then I'm going to have other limbs that I can work with. So I still have her, and I can adjust her accordingly as well. Let's group those. And let's see what else we got. Viola's in the house. Frank, you are never late. You are right on time, my friend. You are always exactly where you need to be. Again, really like this one. Let's flip it. And see where we're at. Thoughts on these? I like this pose a lot. And I might end up using it. Now, since it came from the same, oh yeah, came from the same photo series, I could probably start to mix and match the different body parts. So this is going to be really fun. And kind of overlay the limbs one on top of the next. Oh, love it. I'm hooked. Let me just get some of these. All right. Got that one. So much drama. Let's take a look at all these, shall we? Welcome, Melissa. Good to have you here. My name is Paul Trani. I'm creating a complex collage. Did the brainstorming in Firefly. Had to, I'm starting to grab all the images that I need as well. Using Adobe Stock, because again, we got inspiration from here. As you know, you don't get the best quality out of most sort of generative AI tools. You can try to refine it some. This is already set to photo, but this is typically the scenario. You get 1,000 by 1,000, like 1024 by 1024 square. So you don't get a lot of resolution regardless of the quality. But what I can do is generate certain elements. So we have these exploding powder colors we can go ahead and download. And we're going to figure out what universe creation. So the word, well, maybe not. I'm trying to figure out what keyword is throwing this off. Ah, oh, bath bombs, bomb. So that's bath, made out of color powder. Let's see what we get. Wait for it. Thank you so much, RB. You caught it way before I did. But this is what I'm going for. Finally, we did it. Colorful. We'll change this from powder to paint. Generate that stuff. Go back over here, right? I'm in a rush. I'm trying to get all of these assets that I can, load them all into Photoshop to make what I need. And I think I have it. So let's take a look right over here. Number of these images. One thing you can do, so I've downloaded all this stuff. You can just go into Photoshop and let's just make sure I have these two images before I close them. Yep. Save this. We're just going to call this creation. So that's my main file, but now I need to make like a resource PSD. So what we'll do is we'll go down here and we'll load files into Stack. Because rather than having to drop everything in, sort of one image at a time, I could literally go to the downloads folder, take a look at all these assets that I've already downloaded, select all of them. Actually, let's get all of these right here and open. We won't attempt to automatically align, but this just puts everything on layers in one PSD. Now, the reason I like this is because it gives me the file name as the layer name. So now I know where it came from, and for our Firefly layers, they're the file name, which gives me the prompt as well. So I could always go back and understand how it was, what prompt was used to create it. So there it is. We have all that fun stuff. We have these dramatic poses. Typically, I'll work on the subject matter first, right? So now that I have those, let's put those side by side. Heck, let's just bring these into here. Let's do it. Let's do our dance. Since it's a ballerina, let's do it. So there she is. I'm going to do a quick sort of removal of the background. Usually do that right in here, properties panel, right? Remove background. Boom, remove the background. And then I do my shortcut key for convert to smart object, right? I already have that set up as a shortcut key. Boom. Same thing for this one. Remove background. And now I'm just going to hustle through this. Hustling through. Oh, Robert is giving me a challenge. Like, you want me to check a prompt, huh? Can't you see I'm working here? Oops. Let's undo that. But let's, I'll try it. Because I'm here for you guys. We'll have that run in the background. And this is typically how I'll work. I'll have like multiple tabs open. And let's try this Swedish. We'll see what we get there. And I'll just be running multiple prompts, doing stuff in Photoshop, forgetting about other things that were going on in the browser. And what I could do is, since I'm doing the same process over and over, You know what? I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm not even going to use those two, but I could always like make this an action. So you can take, even though I have shortcut keys, I could have an action that's a shortcut key that does a lot of these moves. But now we have all that stuff. We have all of our explosion type things. They're not explosion, they're bursts. Okay, we'll call them bursts. But we have all our bursts right in here. And we'll do the same with that. But look at this like high-res-ness that we have. So this is that detail that I want, ultimately. Checking the time. Let's do it. Oh yeah, this is going to be cool. Looks like I have that one then twice. This is going to be cool. So let's play with this. Here's our all-star. In fact, let's just give it a fun background, huh? Background's probably going to be black, but I might do sort of a burst of a color. Either way, let's just do something fun in here. Just to make it easy to see. Radial. Okay, there we go. All right. Subject matter. Boom. Other limbs and things. So we'll take her, we'll flip her horizontally. I don't know, have you guys been using the contextual bar? I kind of go in and out of using it. All right, so switching back, thank you so much. Robert, here this is in Swedish. It's a dancer doing a move with sparkles, I assume. But it does work, but it's getting a little wonky. Like, these do get a little wonky. Look at that. So wonky. So what does that come down to? Well, it's the fact that if you type in ballerina in here, it's pulling from these ballerina images and other open source images to create that. So that's kind of what's going on. But I love it. Actually, what I really like are those sparkles. So let's use these. I assume this like last little bit might be sparkles. So let's try it. Right over here. Try whatever phrase that is. Biola, brave. Oh, I don't even know what this means. Help me out. What does this even mean? So Robert, translate this for me in English, because I love what's happening here. This is like a space galaxy, cool stuff. So anything that's pretty straightforward, like, you know, sort of a, well, let me just open up a, sometimes you'll generate things using Firefly. Sometimes it's just a stock search. That's all I'm saying. We'll even do creation of universe. And we'll see what we get. Now, what happens sometimes here in stock and other sort of photo sites, this stuff actually might have been generated with AI. Like, I don't know. But certainly it's not what I want. I do want something like this. So this is cool. And just to kind of help my vocabulary, I'll take a look of the different keywords. So let's see right down here. Similar keywords. Universe, astronomy, nebula. Love it. System, solar, astrology. Like all those words are words that I want. Like this. Oh, gorgeous. Right? So I can take the keywords from an image and run that through Firefly with additional words to get something potentially like really unique. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll move this over. We'll open this up. And we'll still create some fun elements using universe, nebula, colorful cosmos, galaxy, energy. Surreal is one of my favorite words. Mystical. Let's see what we get. Oh, Nebula. We could talk Guardians of the Galaxy. I have not seen the latest version. So this looks awesome. Like, this is starting to look like the creation of the universe to me. I ultimately want to see this in layers, though, too. So, by the way, I have been downloading these, but I could just easily copy this to the clipboard, go into Photoshop, paste it in, and there's sort of an additional element. So we have that. Let's work on this. Yeah, let's just figure this out. We're going to figure this out together. This is all part of the creative process. Just using a brush will eliminate sort of some of the limbs. So I want to, like, you know, maybe use her legs. You know, they're like sort of foreshadowing, like they're maybe in the background and set to a different blend mode. Something like that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Even here, actually what I like is I love that pose. And actually what I want to do is I want to steal the leg. So let's take this and let's cut it out. In fact, you know what we'll do? We'll use object selection tool, set to lasso. And we'll jump in and just select, hopefully, her leg. Oh, it did it. Layer mask, done. Move that over right there. And now we have sort of the different leg. If I want to use it, I haven't decided. I actually really like this alone. So this is the fun part, honestly, like happy accidents, totally into it. You know, the fact that you get this like Buddha, like multiple arms thing going on is awesome. On that note, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I do grab sort of another arm with a different pose and move that into place as well. Oh, that worked. Wait for it. Jump. Delete layer mask. We have two hands there. Let's jump this. Command J, just jumping or duplicating layers. And let's take a look at these arms. So taking these arms, we'll do the same thing. Okay, has anybody ever used, I have this situation where I have multiple Macs running and for some reason my other Mac tends to steal my mouse. There we go. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's a new functionality with on the Mac with the most recent update. So that's going to go kind of like that. And then we'll paint some out. B for brush. Bracket, bracket, bracket. Something like that. All right, click back over. I've been chopping up the peoples lately. Yes, I have been. I don't. Why so violent, huh? Why? Maybe that needs to go behind. By the way, it didn't do it perfect. I did a remove background, which was the click of one button, but I'd probably jump in there and fix that little part, because that's like super distracting for me. Right in here. Come in. Use my lasso. Fill it. Save, close. All right, I try to not spend like too much time on the details, because like these layers might even disappear completely. So I got into like a level of detail that I didn't really need to get into. We did that. We have this pose. Here's another one. Command J. Bah, chop them up. Try to get some of that nebula stuff in, because I am 30 minutes in and I'm just happy to be here. It's good to see you, Annika. Sam. I always appreciate you helping out and just hanging out. It's like, you know, I think as you get older, you just realize what you're, you know, who you like to hang out with. And I'm just like, kind people are really high on my list. And I think Sam's such a kind person, and everybody in chat's just like amazing, even though some people give me a hard time, and I love that as well. But anyways, I just like hanging out with you guys. And it's good to be here. So there we have sort of multiple arms that we're putting together. Let's see what we have for this one. Do we have some legs and some other arms? Maybe that is this almost too crazy? Let's see what we can do with it. Bring it over here, flip it. And let me, okay, maybe something like that. It's like if you're a nice person, we're automatically friends. Okay. But everybody has their days. I get it. Like some days I'm not even the nicest. It's usually I'm tired and or hungry. It's usually the only two cases where I'm like just not happy. But I think that goes for most people. So no, I'm not that unique. All right. And this part of her arm, yeah, this I need to hustle. I need to hustle, people. Go faster. I want to get this done in an hour. Is it going to happen? I do not know. Invert. Fill. Wrong layer. Boom. Got our arm. Gotcha. Got your arm. It's going to be right up there. So kind of like that. So much work to do. And my machine is not going its fastest. But hey, it's maybe 2019, which is actually still pretty new. I don't get another new computer for another year, which isn't a big deal unless you get into like 3D. There we go. Something like that. We're getting trippy. It's like sort of, I don't know, Mother Nature, the creation of the universe, like all these hands sprawling out and like things appearing, like being created, like fish, trees, branches, you know, just weird nebula thingies. But I need one more arm right over here. So how do we do that? I don't know, Paul, you're the presenter. You should know. That's why we're here. You're supposed to tell us. How are you going to do that? Oh, I don't know. How am I? I have no idea. I love this arm. It's so good. Let's take it, flip it, and reverse it. I'm just realizing let me turn this on, by the way, contextual taskbar, right? I'm realizing I do like a lot of shortcuts, so I don't end up using this, but I am going to put it right down here, and let's pin the bar position. We'll just pin it right down here. Okay, so we might use it, and I just kind of want to like reveal everything you can do with it is the goal. So there we go. We have that dramatic arm. Drama. Got a new M2, 192 gigs of RAM. That's insane. What are you, crazy? That's way too many gigs. You need that many gigs? It's like, you only need 1 cup, by the way. Why do you have so many cups? Just 1 cup. And you just keep refilling it with whatever you want. Thank you. Save. Good call. Slow clap, Carol. You're saving me today is what you're doing. Thank you for that. I could have gone the whole hour. Oh, Jesus saves? Or you mean Jesus Ramirez? That's who you mean. Got it. So in some of these cases, right, actually this looks pretty good. Like this is aligning. I can't. Well, let's just talk to I'm just going to talk to myself for a little bit till I get this right. I need these all just to align based on the joints. Hello. There we go. All right, we have that. We could use some more arms over there. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait, hold, almost. This is going to be our main person. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. Again, we're just gonna get the format down. Oh, so Frank's like you have to pin the taskbar each and every time you restart Photoshop. Well, your solution there, Frank, is just to never restart. Right? You just always keep Photoshop open. Okay. So here's our person. We've got all this cool stuff going on. Let's put her in a folder. So this is our creator. By the way, I think it's going to be really cool if I make it look like next level for this, since it's like creation of everything. Have masculine and feminine elements within this one image of this person. So I would go and search for a male ballerina out here and see what we get, because we already got her. I think that would be just a brilliant idea. Again, I don't have time for that. We've already seen me do a lot of this compositing. So, but sort of take elements of this guy, for instance, or really any one of them, and miss them. Like this one. This guy has great dramatic poses. How cool is that? Oh man, I can just license it. I can't help myself. Guys, we're so good. We have such great ideas. All right, let's get some of our cool bursts and things like that. Let's get our explosions and universes and all that fun stuff. Let's get those gorgeous backgrounds that I've downloaded. Let's get this one. Did I put that in there? Hopefully I did. Oh yeah, like these. Beautiful. Come on now. Oh yeah. You know it. Let's go -90. Things are happening. This is what's going on in your brain when you like have an idea. It's like this is very much a like symbolic of creativity, because you're like, you know, your brain is grabbing from all these different places, you know, to make something cool. So it's like the more you have in your brain crammed in there, kind of knocking around, you know, the more creative you can sort of like photo bash them together, kind of like I'm doing. So again, here's our Firefly images. We'll resize this, right? I love the colors of this one, but it doesn't have that detail. This is all about having that, that detail. So I might want to try to steal that color, which is also an interesting idea that I'm thinking about. People. I don't know. This isn't bad though either. Either way, let's go drop in some elements. Let's make this fast. Go to my libraries. Happen to have this nature library. You guessed it. All this stuff that I can use. Let's look at animals. I want to create, sort of have these different animals being created. Ooh, let's give her some wings. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. So colorful flying parrot. Let's take this parrot. Same thing. Sometimes I'll link it back to the element. Other times I won't. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just do a rasterize layer, remove background. There we are. Smash it. Smash those keys together to make it a smart object. And that will be one element that we put in here. So we're going to just start dropping all that stuff in here, right? I also want some weird creatures as well. I would love to have some little alien things, or like have this stuff look like it's coming out of the ether. Oh yeah, here we go. Gotta have a koi fish. Maybe an octopus is in the background. Oh, here's a pigeon. Why not? How you guys doing? Peter, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful weekend as I kind of sort through all of this stuff. I think what's going to be cool, and what I had in mind was like sort of underwater in outer space. So, oh, like flying whale. Perfect. Let's see if I have a whale. So we'll do a quick search. Searching in all libraries for a whale. Perfect. I happen to have a whale. Let's see. Looks like that is not. Oh, yeah, there we go. Your wish is my command. Open to any other animals you guys might think of that I could use. Remove the background. We'll put that whale back there, of course. We could move things to the back. Do you guys know how to do that? Command. Closing bracket, shift command, closing bracket sends it clear to the, should send it clear to the bottom. Why is it not working? There we go. Sorry. Shift command, open bracket sends it to the bottom. Close bracket, send it to the top. But that's just a quick way to push everything back. Sort of our whale is going to be back there, and all our fun sea creatures. So let's get some like, some jellyfish, things like that. And we want some fun nebula jellyfish. Under universe jellyfish. Nebula colorful. And let's see what we get. So we'll use Firefly to create in these individual elements. You wouldn't mind seeing a gentle tortoise. Oh, can we do a sea turtle? Because the thing is, I want everything floating. A tortoise is going to be on the ground, so I want to have like a sea turtle. By the way, I saw a sea turtle over break because I learned how to scuba. I got my open water certification in scuba 2 weeks ago. Manta ray, saw manta ray as well. That's probably honestly where most of this is coming from. Come on now, tell me this isn't amazing. Copy to clipboard. Heck yeah. Boop. Drop it in. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, what you doing there? Just hanging out? Remove background. Right, and we'll integrate that in there too. So this is fun. What else? What else? Jellyfish. Tentacles. And if I use a lot of those descriptive words, if I keep those descriptive words the same, it's going to develop a consistent look. I'm going to do octopus, universe, octopus. Let's just do octopus, tentacles, nebula. The reason I do have colorful in there, but I'm actually deciding that like, I'm kind of torn on the color, to be honest with you. Like I'm not sure about the color just yet. Because, you know, I was originally going to go really bright, but I'm kind of liking this like muted, detailed look. So that's kind of where I'm struggling. But this colorful stuff's going to be amazing. There you are, buddy. Be that guy hanging out. But for something like this, by the way, I'm looking at it. This is kind of like low res. I want this to be highly detailed. It's really just an octopus with coloring on it, right? So why don't I use stock to find that? So we already got that image. And octopus is what I've already had, what I already have in there as well. Why am I worrying about such detail? Because I think that's kind of what's missing with some generative AI is like the level of detail, at least that I want. So right in here, I actually already have this licensed. So this is going to be great to use. I already have this one licensed. I'll just re-download them. Typically what I do is I download them. I'll put them in my library. And in my copious spare time, let's look for octopus. I will try to cut them out. So this octopus is already cut out. So there it is. Like I try to do that once. That's not even the right one. But I try to do this one. Like this, look at this tentacles. So this is currently a JPEG in my library. So what this means is I kind of have to open this up, do a remove background, and then also make sure I get this part in here. Just quick selection, fill it, and then make sure this says tentacle. So next time I search for it, it will be there. And then I just drop it in here. So that's kind of what I usually like being set up. Anywho, you guys get it. You get it. So now I'll search for tentacle. It should come up. All right, so I'm gonna just bring some of these out. I'm realizing how much I rasterize layers. Octopi Wall Street. I see that, Mike. You are a funny guy, and I love it. All right. Have that done. Boom. We have these animals. Start putting all those together. We need more angelfish. So using some here, using some over here. Angelfish. Wait for it. And I'm down to my last 5 minutes. I just want really a bunch of colorful fish. I did see a tiger fish. So let's just do colorful fish. I wish the plural for fish was not fish. Ooh, look. So this has been colorized. That looks like a tiger fish. Let's see. Ooh, so sorry. Let's go back. But I also saw tigerfish, which has all those spines. This is not colorful like this. So I think almost the person might have actually colorized this one. But this is what I'm looking for. So I have that. In fact, let's do that. Oh, now that I'm thinking back, just to speed up time. Hurry, Paul, hurry. The struggle is real. So basically, is this the story of your life as well? Like making something, you start to work on something, you're like, oh wait, I've already done this a lot before. I've already done a lot of this work. Oh, here we are. I called it Marina Bay. Let's open this up. This is a PSD that has all this stuff already cut out. So I'm just going to go ahead and steal from my own file. Look at this. Here's all those colorful. Made this a while ago, but this sort of level of detail is what I want. We're just making the sort of the Cosmos version of this. There's our fun turtle. Oh, yeah. Tentacle, get in there. And not only that, we have our turtle. Somebody wanted a turtle. I think a sea turtle is perfect. It's going to be floating around. And maybe some of this stuff won't work. I'm still working on this. I don't know how this is going to turn out either. So there's all your fish. Let's drop them in there. Thank you. Large fish, small fish. Oh, look. There's our octopus. Again, I knew I've already done this work before. And what do we have here? Just a bunch of other fish. All right, cool. We did it. We exploited that. Let's see where we're at and try to make sense of this madness as I work on this a little bit more. It's just pure chaos right now. So I'm going to take all this. I'm going to group it together. These are all of our creatures. There's all of our creatures right in there. I'll turn that off. Here's our design. And maybe I'll slowly sort of add some of these elements. And maybe the bird isn't working. Okay, how you guys doing? Check out the Firefly beta. I cut out things separately from the artwork I'm creating and save the cutouts as PSDs. Awesome, Ryan. I do that too, and just so we're not mistaken, like that's what's in a lot of this. But like, yeah, I guess I'm not doing that good of a job in here. Like usually, I don't want to see any white. I want all this stuff cut out, quite frankly. So, and it just varies because I have flowers, for instance. Here's all these flowers that are cut out, right? This is easy to pull from. But you know, I use flowers all the time, and I'm trying to get away from... Actually, I don't even know why. I don't want you guys to feel like I'm always doing the same thing. But here's, same thing right in here for insects and different things, right? Like so. Butterflies would be cool to add. We'll drop some of those in. You get the idea. Check out the Firefly beta. I'm going to continue to work on this, sort of like nonstop. I'm gonna work on this right now since I have time, and we'll post it to good old Instagram. But here's the case. We'll take that, drop that there, right? And remember, we started clearly with just a simple idea that's turning into something pretty cool within the hour. So I don't even have that original. Wherever that original is, I have it saved under creator creation. But that's where the beginning file is. And, you know, perfection doesn't happen in an hour. But perfection actually hardly ever happens. But this will be done. And I'll post it. And now you guys kind of know where everything's headed. So just if I could recap back to the original. That's where the original was. We've gone from there to here. So we've gone quite a ways. And I thank you guys for hanging out with me. Terry White's up next. Actually, I don't know who's up next. Maybe Terry. But stick around. It's going to be good regardless. Yeah, Terry White. Thanks, everybody. Bye.